It is time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Friday, October the 18th, 2019, Beach Shallow Water Day, brought to you today by the First Bake, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Well, the 2019 Muleshoe Merry Market will be held here in Muleshoe on Saturday, November the 2nd at the Bailey County Coliseum from 10 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon. Of course, as always, the admission is free. They will have a lot of activities going on, including Jetfire Barbecue will be cooking. They'll have Chuck Wagon Kettle Corn. The Sudan Singers will be performing along with Sudan Elementary, and Curtis Shelburne will be singing Christmas tunes. Christmas and fall decorations will be available. There'll be over 50 booths of unique items like art products, candles, unique soaps, woodworking items, small furniture, women, men, and kids attire, pottery, plants, jewelry, and again, Christmas and fall decorations. Get your Christmas shopping season underway starting Saturday, November the 2nd from 10 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon at the Muleshoe Merry Market for 2019 at the Bailey County Coliseum with free admission. Again, Jetfire Barbecue will be cooking. They'll have Chuck Wagon Kettle Corn with their food. Sudan Singers, Sudan Elementary, and Curtis Shelburne will be performing. Lots of Christmas and fall decorations and Christmas shopping gift ideas will be available as 50 booths of unique items at the Muleshoe Merry Market for 2019, according to the organizer, Kenzie Green. Again, Saturday, November 2nd, 10 a.m. till 4:30 with free admission here in Muleshoe, so mark your calendar. Well, a very special Sunday will happen this weekend for the 16th and Avenue D Church of Christ as they will celebrate their 50th anniversary. Here's a short history of the church, the 16th and Avenue D Church of Christ, most of whose charter members were from the old Fairview and Northside Churches of Christ, had its first meeting at here in Muleshoe on Wednesday, September the 17th, 1969. The first Sunday service was held September the 21st, 1969, with Paul Pointer speaking at the morning and evening services. He encouraged the church, in addition to worshiping and honoring the Lord, to adopt a positive outlook and model of a loving spirit of unity to the community. Several baptisms were performed that day. On their first service on September 21st, 1969, Danita and Belinda Throckmorton were baptized that morning, and in the evening service, Randy Latham. On Sunday, October the 12th, 1969, the building was officially dedicated with Frank Duckworth, a former minister of the Northside Church of Christ, officiating. On December the 13th, 1970, 5 elders and 6 deacons were ordained. The elders were Joe Harbin, J.B. Harbin, A.P. Austin Latham, S.K. Flatt, and Horace Hutton. Ordained as deacons were L.D. Cannon, Davis Gully, Dan Throckmorton, Charles Hamilton, Haney Pointer, and Paul Pointer. The first full-time minister for the congregation was Ivan Woodard, who began his ministry there on the second Sunday in February 1970. In the years since, Woodard ministers serving the congregation have included Terry Bushell, James Johnson, and since Easter 1985, Curtis Shelburne. So if you're doing the math there, Curtis has been there for 34 years, and that's a great thing for the 16th and Avenue D Church of Christ, along with the community of Muleshoe. So 34 years and celebrating a 50th anniversary. He's been there well over half of the church's history, and they want to invite everyone out, Curtis along with all their members and Juana, to their 50th anniversary celebration, as they will be celebrating this Sunday, October the 20th. The Psalms 4 Quartet will lead their 10:30 a.m. worship service Sunday morning. They'll have a wonderful noon meal. And then at 1:30, they will enjoy a special concert by Psalms 4 in the sanctuary there at 16th and D, right across from the new City Park. and they want to invite all their former members, friends, family, and all community members in the Muleshoe area to come out this Sunday, October 20th. Again, 10:30 a.m., their worship service, a noon meal, and then 1:30, a concert by Psalms 4 in the sanctuary. Congratulations to 16th and D for celebrating 50 years here in Muleshoe, doing great things. It's time now for the weather forecast. First, a message from our sponsor, K&K Pharmacy. K&K Pharmacy right here in Muleshoe at 1411 West American Boulevard, where Christine K. or any of their helpful employees want to help you get rid of your weekly pill box. Find out how K&K Pharmacy can simplify your meds with the K-Pack Custom Medication Packaging Program, available now at 1411 West American Boulevard. Call them 806-272-7511. K-Pack Custom Medication Packaging, available now at K&K Pharmacy, where they can simplify your meds and get rid of your weekly pill box. Well, as we were warning you last week in our weather forecast and the Muletrain, that the freeze was probably going to happen. It did happen last week. Our first freeze of the season occurred exactly at 4:35 a.m. Friday morning, as the Muleshoe Mesonet dropped to 32 degrees again at 4:35 a.m. Friday morning. It went on between the 7 and 8 o'clock hour Friday morning to fall all the way down to 29 degrees. The National Weather Service station here at Channel 6 registered a low Friday morning of 28 degrees last week, and then the Earth Mesonet got all the way down to 27 degrees last week on Friday morning. Then Saturday morning last weekend, we did the same thing, but it got even colder as the Muleshoe Mesonet got all the way down to 25 degrees. The National Weather Service station here at Channel 6 in our backyard got down to 27 degrees early Saturday morning, and the Earth Mesonet registered a 30-degree low temperature on Saturday morning. So Friday morning, Saturday morning, last week both, we registered our first two freezes of the season. We have the last couple of mornings been in the lower 30s again, but we haven't had a real hard freeze yet. A lot of our plants are still living that we covered up last weekend for that first freeze. But looking at our forecast, it's going to stay real similar as today on Friday. We're looking at a high around 81 degrees during the late afternoon hours. West winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour, increasing to 15 to 20 miles per hour. Later this afternoon, winds could gust as high as 30 miles per hour, so some gusty wind for this football Friday. Friday night, tonight, mostly clear, low around 45. West winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour, becoming north after midnight. Sunny on Saturday, high near 73 degrees during the day. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming south-southeast. Saturday afternoon, clear. Saturday night, low around 48. South winds around 10 miles per hour. Then sunny on Sunday, high around 77 degrees. Breezy conditions again on Sunday. West winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, increasing to 20 to 25 miles per hour Sunday afternoon. Wind gusts as high as 35 miles per hour are possible. Then mostly clear Sunday night, low around 39. Northwest winds 15 to 20 miles per hour, decreasing after midnight. Sunny on Monday to begin next week, high near 67 degrees. Northwest winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour, then clear Monday night, low around 38. Sunny on Tuesday, high near 70. Tuesday night, clear, low around 42. Sunny on Wednesday, high near 76. Clear Wednesday night, low around 40. So we're going to have some wind this afternoon here on the Mules versus Shallow Water Football Friday. High should be around 81 degrees. Low tonight around 45, so not too bad for some fall football weather. West winds tonight between 10 and 15 miles per hour, becoming north after midnight. Then sunny on Saturday, high near 73. Calmer north wind between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Then clear Saturday Saturday night, low around 48. Breezy again, gusts as high as 35 miles per hour during the day on Sunday, high near 77. Mostly clear Sunday night, low around 39. K&K Pharmacy has brought to you this edition of the weather forecast. We'll be back in just a few seconds with more Muletrain news, but first a message from our sponsors, First Bank and Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Take control of your First Bank of Muleshoe debit card right from your smartphone with the My Mobile Money app. It's customizable card monitoring and controls that help you manage your accounts. With My Mobile Money app, you can set interactive controls to help monitor activity and prevent unauthorized use. You can turn your card on or off, set alerts, and deny transactions based on merchant or transaction type and location, monitor and control dependent cardholder usage, receive notifications of possible fraudulent transactions, and take action, deposit checks through your phone. Download the My Mobile Money app now at the App Store or Google Play. For more information, you can also call the First Bank here in Muleshoe, 806-272-4515, or go by 202 South 1st Street. The First Bank right here in Muleshoe, offering the My Mobile Money app. Available at the App Store or Google Play. Call the First Bank here in Muleshoe, 806-272-4515, or go by 202 South 1st Street. The First Bank, member FDIC.
Leal's is the best Mexican food I've ever eaten in my life, and I've been alive for 10 years now. Hi, I'm Isla Reynolds, and I enjoy the phenomenal bean burritos, rice and beans and chips, and seasoning salt. I've been around and eaten lots of Mexican food in 10 years, and Leal's is the best, for sure, with the original being located at 1010 West American Boulevard in Muleshoe, Texas since 1957.
Make sure to see our broadcasts of the Muleshoe City Council meeting that happened Monday, late afternoon, early evening, and you can find that on the front page of our website, MuleshoeTV.com, on our Twitter feed, Channel 6 Muleshoe, Facebook Gil M, and Channel 6 Muleshoe, and our YouTube channel, Gil M Advertising, as well, in our TVs in the Senior Center and the Parkview Nursing Care Center, and now in the Harmon Elliott Senior Center's community room. But they introduced the new police officer and swore him in for the Muleshoe Police, Ken Giesland, and he and his family are moving here from Lubbock. He has been working with the Lubbock County Sheriff's Office, and so welcome to Muleshoe, Ken Giesland and his family. That video can be seen in its entirety on the front page of our website, again, MuleshoeTV.com. Well, it is Football Friday here in Muleshoe, and we are taking on the Shallow Water Mustangs. And the MHS sophomore class will hold their pregame enchilada dinner this Friday, October the 18th, beginning from 5 until 7 p.m. for dine-in and carry-out. Deliveries will be made from 5 until 6:30. You can call to get your delivery, 806-272-7305. On the menu, again, is an enchilada casserole, beans, rice, salad, and dessert. That's going on today, Friday, October the 18th, before the Muleshoe versus Shallow Water game. Tickets are $7. You can pay at the door. That's the MHS sophomore class pregame enchilada dinner today on Friday, October the 18th, from 5 until 7 at the MHS cafeteria and commons area. Now we're taking on Shallow Water, who we'll give you our District 2 3A standings as Bushland, Littlefield, and Shallow Water. All three won their first game in the district and are 1-0. Bushland overall is the best in the district at 6-0 on the 2019 season. Littlefield is 3-3, and Shallow Water is 3-3. The Mules dropped their first district game last week to Littlefield. They're 0-1 on the district and 0-5 on the 2019 season. Slayton is 3-2 on their 2019 season and 0-1 in the district, and River Road is 0-1 on the district and 2-4 on the 2019 season. The Shallow Water Mustangs beat River Road last week 30-6. Other matchups they've had in the season. They lost to Idalou 28-22. Levelland they beat 28-20. Midland Greenwood they lost 49-14. Dalhart they lost 35-34. And Brownfield they won 34-12. And again, the Muleshoe Mules and Shallowater Mustangs meet in a District 2-3A matchup tonight at 7 p.m. at Benny Douglas Stadium. Look for our broadcast tomorrow on Saturday at muleshoetv.com. We'll have our highlights with James Lutz on the camera and Elliot Davis, our voice of the Mules. And that broadcast is brought to you by Muleshoe Independent School District, Hereford Feed Ingredients, Burton Service Center, First Bank, Barrett Potato Farms, McDonald's Restaurant, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Mohawk Auto Parts, Wilson Drilling, Leal's Tortilla Factory, WTG Fuels, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, 5-area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, along with Irrigation Pumps and Power, and Dell Oil Company. Look for that broadcast on Saturday, and good luck to the Mules as they're looking for their first win of the season over Shallowater. This morning at Muleshoe High School, the Lions Club is holding their vision and hearing screenings at school, which is always a good program. At 11:18 a.m., the MHS pep rally will be held at the gym. Speech and debate will be in action tomorrow on Saturday in a tournament at Pampa, so good luck to our speech and debate competitors. And then at 1:30 in Lubbock at Lowry Field, the Mighty M Marching Band will be at UIL Marching Contest, so good luck to the band as they go to UIL. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few moments, so please stay tuned. Since 1925, AIM Bank is proud to be one of the largest locally owned and operated banks in West Texas. Our expert bankers have an in-depth understanding of the local economy, and we are proud to provide our customers with quick local loan decisions. At AIM Bank, we know that strong local partnerships are crucial for growth and success. Investing in you has been our focus from day one. We provide the latest in technology for your online and mobile banking with features like mobile check deposit. At AIM Bank, we care about your accounts as much as you do, so we pride ourselves on real personal attention because we are also your neighbor. We invite you to come in and experience the real personal attention AIM Bank has to offer. We want to know you because we live, work, and raise our families right here in Muleshoe too. AIM Bank is committed to making a difference in the communities we serve. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Help us welcome to Muleshoe Dr. Kenneth Burke. Kenneth Burke, DO, is now practicing full-time in the medical clinic of Muleshoe and is ready to see patients. For an appointment, call today, 806-272-7544. Dr. Burke was born in De Leon, Texas, and went through Corpus Christi and Lubbock on his path to Muleshoe for his undergraduate training. And then in the U.S. Navy, he was responsible for mobilization and security of the medical and chaplain team. Shawnee, Georgia for medical school, and then Jersey City, New Jersey for his medical internship and family practice residency. Welcome to Muleshoe, Dr. Burke. He's purchased a home here and ready to make Muleshoe home again. For an appointment, call the Medical Clinic of Muleshoe, 806-272-7544. Help us welcome Kenneth Burke, DO, to Muleshoe. The cold weather is on the way in Frying Cox 401 South First Street in Muleshoe as you covered with a large selection of heaters, including the oil radiator heater, Tower Quartz space heaters, electric radiant, utility and bathroom heaters, infrared heaters, and a nice selection of Mr. Heater propane heaters, including the indoor safe propane heaters. Burned bibs and coats for the whole family, along with Dickies coats and bibs now available at Frying Cox. Check out the Milwaukee heated tough shell jackets, also at Frying Cox. They have hand warmers, toe warmers, and foot warmers, lots in stock. Insulate your home with pipe, wrap insulation, faucet covers, patio, door, and window insulation kits, window air conditioner covers, garage door bottom sill insulation, and pipe wrap insulation tape. Get your heat lamps and bulbs and make sure to change out your old air filter for your heating system with a new one at Frying Cox, 401 South 1st Street, Muleshoe, Texas. They're open Monday through Saturdays, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Get ready for the cold weather that is on its way. Well, on Wednesday, October the 30th, the First Baptist Church will sponsor their annual Harvest Fest Trunk or Treat at the First Baptist Church Activity Center, which is on Avenue B, just east of Main Street, from 6 until 7 o'clock. That's Wednesday, October the 30th. They will decorate trunks and hand out candy and lots of treats. They'll have a cupcake walk as well, and many more activities at the Harvest Fest Trunk or Treat, sponsored by the First Baptist Church, Wednesday, October 30th from 6 until 7 p.m. at the First Baptist Church Activity Center. That's on Avenue B, just east of Main Street. Some more things that we've thought have been very interesting in the newsletters coming out over the past several weeks at First Baptist Church as they are getting prepared to celebrate their 100th anniversary at First Baptist Church Muleshoe. And they've been printing noteworthy minutes in the history of First Baptist Church. And Virginia Bowers has been scouring through minutes of deacon meetings and looking for interesting tidbits. And we're going to share some of those with you every Muletrain News from now on. And by the way, you might want to mark it on your calendar. The celebration of 100 years at First Baptist Church Muleshoe will be on October the 25th next year in 2020. So this is all ramping up toward their centennial celebration. And from the minutes, the first church secretary at First Baptist was Peggy Preston, and hired on August of 1954. Her monthly salary was $200, and she was allowed a 2-week vacation. She stayed almost a year, but the next secretary, Wanda Middlebrook, stayed in the job for only 3 months. The third secretary was Mona Ellen Wilhite, who kept the job an entire year. In the fall of 1949, the big question was not which organ to purchase, but which speaker to use with it. Mr. Norman Petty of Clovis, New Mexico, came to the church to give a demonstration on the organ using the Leslie speaker. He must have done a great job because that was the one that was chosen. That organ served the church along with that speaker until 1977. Really interesting there. Of course, Norman Petty from Clovis is the famous record producer. He was also a musician, but better known as a record producer, as he recorded many of Buddy Holly and the Crickets' first hits there at his Norman Petty recording studios in Clovis. So very interesting tidbit there. And if you don't know anything about a Leslie speaker, that's really interesting as well. You might want to go onto YouTube and Google Leslie speaker and see how those work, as that's a really interesting speaker, a perfect speaker for the organ. And you may ask exactly why Norman Petty was here with the organ, and that was his instrument of choice. He was famous for playing a Hammond organ. The church expressed thanks for the germ-killing light for the nursery given by Mrs. Irving St. Clair in the minutes, and that was May of 1949. So Mrs. Irving St. Clair gave germ-killing light for the nursery at First Baptist, May of 1949. On September the 10th, 1969, J. Lewis Morris brought a recommendation from the deacons to terminate the present budget as of September because the budget is unrealistic. There was a motion and a second, and it carried. Great stuff from the minutes of the First Baptist Church. And again, they're going to celebrate their centennial next year on October the 25th, 2020, and we'll be sharing you many of these noteworthy minutes from their deacon meetings that are being compiled by Virginia Bowers in our Muletrain News programs every week. The Muleshoe Jenny Slippers Club will hold their Thanksgiving lunch on November the 7th from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. at Centerpoint Community Building, 521 South 1st Street. It's $10 per person. If you would like a carry-out, you can call 806-272-3371. Please call by 10 o'clock that morning, November the 7th. If you want to buy a ticket in advance, you can call Nancy Kidd, 272-5448 or 946-7292, Elaine Parker, 272-3408, or Becky Hawksbergen, 575-749-3297. That's the Jenny Slippers Annual Thanksgiving Lunch. Will be November the 7th from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. at the Centerpoint Community Building, 521 South 1st Street. It's $10 per person. Everyone is welcome. There'll be a garage sale this weekend, today on Friday and Saturday, October 18th and 19th, beginning at 8 a.m. each morning until the crowd stops coming at 712 West Avenue C. They have a house full of items, including dishes, tools, clothes, household items. That's this weekend, both October 18th and 19th, Friday and Saturday, beginning at 8 a.m. each day until the crowd stops coming at 712 West Avenue C. Well, it pays to advertise, as Mom's been asking for shoe boxes on the Bargain Basement, and both Sheila Stevenson and Ellen Ladd got her shoe boxes, so thanks to both of them. She is going to use them upcoming in the near future with her children's Sunday school class, making nativities with the kids. The St. Anne's Catholic Church in Bovina is having their annual turkey dinner Sunday, November the 3rd. The serving time will be at 11:30 a.m. To 2 p.m., and that is Central Time, in the St. Anne's Parish Hall on 3rd Street in Bovina. They'll be serving turkey and dressing, creamed potatoes and gravy, green beans, homemade bread, cranberry sauce, relish plate, desserts, tea and coffee. It's $12 for adults, $6 for children 6 and under. Takeout plates will be available at no additional charge. A quilt made by the St. Anne Society will be raffled off at the dinner, and that's going on again Sunday, November the 3rd, the St. Anne's Catholic Church in Bovina annual turkey dinner from 11:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the St. Anne's Parish Hall on 3rd Street in Bovina. It's always excellent food there at St. Anne's. Well, we mentioned last week that the cable shut down, and we were cut off after 39 years and 4 months broadcasting on Channel 6 on the cable system. Last week in our Muletrain, we had a lot of history about the cable here in Muleshoe, so you can go back and listen to that on our website, muleshoetv.com, from last week and hear that. But we did tell you that we were planning on setting up one of our TV that shows our current programming at the Harmon Elliott, and that happened on Wednesday afternoon. We want to thank Brian there, who is the maintenance guy at the Harmon Elliott Senior Center, for helping us out. And you can find our TV that's rotating with our current content in the community room there at the center of the Harmon Elliott Senior Center. It's up and running now. Of course, the two that we put back in the spring are available as well at the Oneida Wagner Senior Center, Main and Avenue D, and then another one at the West Sunroom at Parkview Nursing Care Center. Coming up today, they'll have fitness fun at the Senior Center, 319 South Main Street, from 9 until 11 in the morning. Then Presley Newton will be performing during the lunch hour. On Monday, October 21st, they'll have fitness fun again, 9 until 11 a.m. at the center. Yoga for seniors will be that afternoon at 1 p.m. Then make sure to come at 1 p.m. on Tuesday, October 22nd, as the Muleshoe Art Association will be there, and they will paint pumpkins at the center. So get ready for Thanksgiving and get some great or get ready for Halloween, and paint some pumpkins with the Muleshoe Art Association. Again, that's 1 p.m. on Tuesday next week, October 22nd. They'll have personalized fitness on Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. They'll play Loteria at 1 Wednesday afternoon. Then Thursday at 1, they'll have bingo on October 24th at the Senior Center. On your prayer list today, please remember Isaac Carriega. He was in a pretty bad car wreck a couple of weeks ago. Please remember him on your prayer list. Remember Cindy Tyson and family. She recently lost her son. Keep Kay Hose at Covenant Hospital on your prayer list. Bob Graves, who is undergoing testing on his heart, as he had a spell on Sunday morning at First Baptist while he was teaching Sunday school. Remember Mary Moore, who is recuperating from a recent fall. She's in Crown Point Hospital in Lubbock, along with several other former Muleshoe natives like Joe Jinks, who's in Crown Point, and Judy Lambert is also a patient at Crown Point undergoing rehabilitation after a recent fall. And we were visiting Judy earlier this week, and in came her occupational therapist, and she was Shay Wilbank's Hope, and Shay did a great job with Judy, and so they're getting really good care there at Crown Point. All three of them, Judy, Mary Moore, and Joe Jinks. Remember on your prayer list today as well, Linda Goff, Pat Nichols, Don Williams, Patty Kent, Matthew Alicon, J.W. Harrington, Butch and Judy Cox, Tanya Crawford, Marshall and Ann Head, Sally Ellis, who's in Parkview. Remember Robert Hooten, who's in the Parkview Nursing Care Center as well. Barbara Mae Blackman. Remember Buck and Lynn Campbell, Jean Allison. Remember Marjorie Morgan and Debbie Trider. Keep Paula Benton on your prayer list today. Wanell Gable, Robert and Martha Joe Black. Continue to remember them on your prayer list today. Remember those that have recently lost a loved one, including the family of Daryl Kinmore, Esteban Orozco, the family of Donna Guerin, the family of Bobby McGee, the family of Curtis Martin and Ted Millen, Ramon Gabriel Franco, Tabby Cantrell, the family of Alma Pearson, the family of Jose Muniz, Maddie Robertson, the family of Eddie Bean, and the family of Jerry Lionel Gleason. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bake, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear the Muletrain News free of charge on demand anytime you want to on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Wheezy Lang lives at Jackass Flats. We'll hear from her in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They are owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at BCECOOP.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Louise Lang says her town of Mason is becoming a tourist destination.
And we don't want anybody to know we're here. They're trying to make a little Fredericksburg out of us. We're not wanting to. You ought to shop in our town. How much lye soap can you use, and how many candles can you burn?
She moved to Mason from Voca.
My dad put on rodeos and stuff. Had a roping horse named Coondog. Best horse that you ever saw.
She admits to having lots of boyfriends growing up. Some of them showed up for her wedding.
To see what kind of a man, if he was strong enough to take me on.
When she and her husband were first married, they lived in one room of a historic old home.
We paid $18 a month, and we couldn't afford our rent when we moved in, so she let us pay it at the end of the month.
Growing up, she earned money by selling dead wool.
And my daddy was riding in the pasture, so he'd say, now there's no sheep dead over yonder, and there's one over yonder, and so that was my Saturday time. They were dead. And it dried up, and you picked it off of that dead sheep. It stunk. But we didn't mind stinking. We didn't have nothing that smelled good much at the ranch.
Once when the preacher was over for a meal, young Louise gave the blessing.
My mother called on me to pray. And so I bowed my head and I opened one eye, and we had a peach tree right out at the back of the door. And the cat was going up to that tree. And I said, "Cat's up a tree, amen."
She's known as Wheezy and is 89 years old.
I stayed 75 till my daughter got 70. And my daughter and I don't ever celebrate birthdays. We usually wait and go off for a weekend sometime.
On one of their outings, she was in a restaurant and noticed a table full of people enjoying drinks decorated with umbrellas.
I told our waitress, I said, "We want 2 of those." We was happier than we should have been for a long time. We found out it had 4 times the liquors in it.
Wheezy Lang of Mason. When some of her bridge players show up in their Cadillacs, she rides her bicycle. Her residence is called Jackass Flats. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.